Hi guys, I'm Mikey, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be designing something a bit different using AI. Normally when you design with AI, or design in general really, you're normally designing things like websites, that's the main thing I normally see, and then next web apps, and then a little bit more niche on the other two, mobile apps. But you can design different kinds of interfaces. You can push the boundaries using AI and design things that people may not necessarily think of designing. So today we're going to design a kiosk order screen like the one you might see in a fast food chain like McDonald's or KFC, where you go to the screen and you order yourself and you pay by card. So this is an example I found on Dribbble, just to give you guys an idea of what I mean. And you can see it's a large screen here, which you normally tap with your hands, with your fingers. We're going to be designing something similar. I'm going to call our brand that we're going to use in today's video called Snack Rush. And to do this, we're going to head over to Tweak.cn first and generate a design theme. So I've settled on this, and what I did, I came to one of the presets. I came to this cyberpunk preset and I just tweaked it a little bit, made the corners more sharp by going to other and reducing the radius. And then you can simply come here, copy the code, go into MagicPath, and then you can click on New Blank System, click on Import, paste the code, and save. And I've already done this, as you can see. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go into ChatGPT, and I've already generated a few prompts. So what we're going to do, we're going to build the more basic components first and try and put them together using our component system, design system, into a nice screen and user flow. So I've come into ChatGPT and I've described what I want to create, and we've got 11 different components that we are going to make first of all. So let's start with the header. So the header is the one we're going to see at the top, the navigation. So let's design that first, always a good starting point to design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get and ask ChatGPT for a prompt. I'm going to say create a prompt for 1 to 5. Okay. And I'm actually going to say make each one an individual prompt with detail, please. So I'm going to get an individual prompt for each of the components that we can copy and paste into MagicPath. And for some reason it's forgot the context a bit, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to refresh it and make sure it puts everything in plain simple English, which is easier for the AI to digest. Okay, so I've got my prompts. Let's start with the header, then we'll move to the sidebar and then the other ones. So let's grab this and let me just say, remember our name is Snack Rush, and remember our context. Let me just see what it's going to do. Okay, I just want to prompt it so we can actually get a prompt that does most of the work for us, so we don't have to iterate and tweak a lot. Okay, so I'm going to say regenerate prompts. And the reason I spend a lot of time making these prompts is because the initial prompt is the most important part when you're designing with AI. If the initial prompt is bad, you're going to have a lot of time spent just trying to tweak, trying to refine, and you're going to end up very frustrated. So let's copy this. Let's go back into MagicPath and let's create something like this. And what I'm going to do while the header is generating, I'm going to go and copy this sidebar, and we're also going to create this sidebar as well. As you can see in MagicPath, you can generate multiple components at the same time, which is a really nice feature. You don't have to wait around for one to finish. I'm just going to do this with the third one as well. I'm going to do these three to start off with, just to see the quality of the outputs. And MagicPath has beautifully generated our first three components with a similar style because I've selected my theme at the bottom here from my themes, and as you can see they all look consistent and the same design styling, so we can put them together eventually and create a screen and a user flow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and generate the rest of the 11 components, and I'm going to see what MagicPath generates. Okay, I've just taken a pause in generating all 11 components, and we've got this so far. What I'm going to show you is the power of MagicPath and how you can combine components. So what I'm going to do, as you can see, we've got the burgers here, and it's a nice clean looking grid, but obviously when you're in the store trying to order, you need an add button so you can quickly add it to your basket to check out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here and say that I want this to be styled the same way as this, and not only that, I want this quantity selector to be somewhere on the card, and I also want it to be that there's a customize button, so when you click on the customize button you get this pop-up and you can tailor your burger. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I have the names visible here because we're going to need them. Come to MagicPath, I'm going to say style each burger card the same way as, and you can press at and you can type the name, click on it and reference it in your prompt. Product card, also make sure that in the top left of this text card text info div there is a, I'm going to put quantity selector, so I'm saying that in the top right, well not top left, the top right, there should be a quantity selector. Let me just change this to top right. There is a quantity selector, and somewhere in the card there should be a customize icon. And let's see what MagicPath manages to generate. And this is exactly what I was going for. Nice big buttons so you can add, and also there's a customize button, but the last thing we need this add button to order, or add to order button, so I need to make sure it does that. So what we can actually do, we can remove this description because I don't think it's really too important if we've got this customized section here. So I'm going to say remove the burger description from each card. I'm also going to give an example so it has extra content. So I'm going to say beef patty, lettuce, tomato, onion. So now it has additional context of exactly what I mean, e.g. and I'm going to put below each card's quantity selector there should be an add button just like in, and again I'm going to reference this, which is product card. And so I'm going to press at again, I'm going to type in product card, and then hopefully it implements the button below at the bottom of each card. And this is pretty close to what I want. The last thing I need to do is when you click on the settings icon, this item customization should appear. But let me see if I can just slightly increase the size of the settings icon, because on a big screen this would be a little bit small. So let's try and increase this. Maybe we can do 52, and then you can also make this SVG. Actually, let's put this back down, and then actually let me just say scale up the SVG and make sure it is centered in the outer div, and let me just spell this properly, and then hopefully that will sort it out. And perfect, it's made it bigger. So now what I can do, I can go into the chat and I can say, when the user clicks the settings / customize icon, I'm going to reference item customization, which is this one, should, now I'm going to describe how I want it to appear. So should pop up as a modal, so it's not going to be a new page, it's just going to be a little card on the middle of the screen. I'm going to say a modal on the same page, but the background should be faded out / blurred. I'm going to enter that, and we have this, and it works pretty well. Again, what I probably need to do is make this button bigger, the same way we did with the settings button, but you get the point. As you can see, when we click on the burger, we have the cog, we can select the different options, which is nice. Maybe I really hate onions, add to order as well. And then we can continue to create and improve on this flow. And when you can continue to create these components and put them together, you can create a library looking something like this but more fleshed out, and then you can use it for your design needs, or to send us feedback, to collect feedback, to send to your stakeholders, your colleagues, your boss, or to developer to actually build this. AI is not just limited to landing pages and web apps. You can create any interface you want really and design it with precision. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, any queries, any suggestions for future videos, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.